Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tori,
Ron Lars.
Scott Shumpert, Tim Abrams,
Bill Miller.
Bill Nye.
Public input. Yes.
John M. Stortecki for the Benson Watchdog. This board function is to represent the taxpayers of Benson, and the things that you're doing, as more and more people find out about it, you may want to think about reading up on laws and rights and privileges, etc., so that you understand what's going on. You're supposed to represent the taxpayers. It's their money, not yours. You're supposed to do what's best for them. In any case, in your two resolutions here, $65,000 for a down payment on a truck. There is no truck. There is no truck. Doesn't exist. There's been no discussions. There is nothing about a lease, about anything on the record. It's the public's right to know everything about it. There's nothing about where the money's coming from. There's no discussions or resolutions indicating who decided $65,000 was interested or had to be brought up. Additionally, you're illegally talking about taking monies out of the cemetery fund, which is the money that came, which was donated, $100,000, and it has only two specific requirements, and that is that it be used specifically and only for the two cemeteries of Benson. And the IRS is involved in that. There are attorneys involved in that. You're also, with a resolution, talking about transferring $42,000 from the general fund to purchase a truck that the public has no knowledge of. There's nothing decided on. There's been no discussions. And there's no documentation showing how much is in the fund that you're withdrawing money from. It appears that you're slowly bankrupting the town of Benson and not following any laws. It would be called malfeasance, misappropriation of funds, anything you want. If you follow your normal protocols that you have been, there won't be any discussion tonight about any of this. You'll simply rubber stamp two resolutions which are poorly written, describe nothing, and in essence are a scam on the taxpayers. Thank you.
I have a question. On this, trying to appropriate some money for this truck, we had a $22,000 deficit before we went ahead to approve a budget for this township. What I don't understand is how can you go from $22,000 deficit and all of a sudden you got money to put a $65,000 payment on the truck?
I don't understand the deficit. What are you talking about?
Didn't you show $22,000? You had to scribble it down
projected.
in the budget. $22,000 deficit you showed. That's why you were raising the taxes. I can bring the paper. I don't have it with me.
If we spent all the money that was in there.
If we had spent,
But you showed it,
I showed you a paper.
you
in the
presented that
highway.
to the taxpayer.
If they spend all the money that was in the highway, there would have been a $20,000 deficit. We would have been in the hole $20,000. If we spend all that money, there's still money there that we haven't spent.
But you highlighted it as a $22,000 deficit so that you can persuade the voters why you raise your taxes so high. Correct? What else was there?
Our highway department is slowly going broke because of the repairs and all the labor and all the machinery. Just
But-
like now, we gotta replace the plow.
Okay, but there was a lot of money in between that was spent that wasn't really necessary.
That paper I gave out
If your budget is getting
was
that
if all
low.
the money in the highway was spent, that was sent down from Hamilton County, our bookkeeper, we would be in the hole if all the money in the budget line items was spent.
So now you feel you got $65,000 up front to make this payment?
We're not taking that out of, we're taking 42 out of the, I'll talk about it when you do the resolution. but
Yeah, I'd like to listen
We're
to
taking
you.
that out of the A account.
All right,
because
present it
there's
to
not
me.
enough money in the highway account.
Present it to us at the emergency meeting you call, and then let us comment afterwards. Because right now I'm asking questions that I don't know what you're gonna present. I just want to answer.
There's no questions after that, so.
Well, I'd like to know what you got in mind. How can you find money like that? If you don't have it?
It's right in the resolution where the money's coming from.
How much money is actually there, all total?
Where?
Wherever you're getting this money from?
I'll go over that and when we go to the resolution. The general fund is there's $222,000 in the general fund. That's the A account.
Okay, so if we got a
The town
22,000.
board looks at the bank accounts. I send them to them
Oh,
all.
I'm not questioning that anybody's doing anything. What I'm questioning is that how the money is being paid or pay Paul. That's the part I don't like.
We're taking it out of the
You're
A
taking,
account.
instead of having an account that's already set up for this truck and set up for the renovations you did down the barn and here, okay, I would think having money set up that way instead of having a slush fund and just go wherever you want to go. I mean, not just you, I mean, the whole board included. You're very vague on how you spend our taxpayer money.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Move on to the resolutions. Resolution authorizing the town supervisor to transfer cemetery funds to the town highway department for maintenance of the town cemeteries. Now you got documentation on that?
Yes. We had 120 just man hours doing the road into the home cemetery. Plus the use of the backhoe that whole time in one of the trucks. They had 72 hours of mowing in cemeteries. 10 hours replacing the fence and doing topsoil at Wadsworth. A total of 202 hours, plus the hydro seeding, which I didn't add into that.
So what do you figure the rate, what do you figure that will come to?
Oh. We figured. Just the man hours.
You included the excavation for the excavators and stuff?
Just the man hours alone, let alone the equipment, is over $4,000. And plus we had that many hours for the backhoe and the dump truck on there too. So whatever rate you want to figure for.
Plus the excavator for the fence and the excavator for the,
Right.
I'll make a motion for authorizing the town supervisor to transfer cemetery funds to the town highway department for the maintenance of town cemeteries. Can I get a second for a discussion?
I would just, I'd like that to be submitted, the
The
numbers
actual
and
hours.
stuff, just to be submitted so that we're clear on that. I have no issue with it paying the highway department out of the cemetery funds. It was upkeep, it was renovation for the cemeteries, which, as I understand it, was the purpose of the donation. And they did a terrific job, and they did it a lot cheaper. If we had hired it out, it would probably been 3 or 4 times as much from the rates I've heard lately.
I'll do a nice rate up for it, so it's clean.
Okay,
Including the hydro season too.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can include that. In the county come down into hydro seeding.
And that's over and beyond of just weed whacking and
Oh, yeah,
picking up trash.
yeah.
so with that proviso, I would,
We had, I think hours in hydro seeding was about 6 hours. in hydro seeding.
And I would say that we use the same rate that we would charge the county, right?
Yeah. You gotta figure,
I know that when we talked about it before, it was well above the $8,000.
you gotta figure we've been maintaining that cemeteries for 4 or 5 years since that money was donated to maintain the cemeteries. Can I get a second on that resolution?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Moving on to resolution authorizing the town CFO to move monies in the 2024 budget for down payment on a town new truck. New truck's coming in at $151,780. Right now, they're putting it through a lease. We're putting $65,000 down. That's going to be, it says 7.4%, he said. I talked to Bob Phillips today. It's gonna be, it'll end up being 45, so he doesn't have all the figures yet. It'll end up being $45,000, and then the other 25 will be the first year's payment, because it's a lease,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll have a payment next year, or whatever, so. I'll have all that documentation, and once I sign it, the truck should be here within a week or two, so. And they'll bring all the necessary documents, they'll deliver it. And for us to register, and I'll change the insurance, get the insurance onto it, so. And there's already $10,000 in the account that these are moving it to, so this all adds up to $65,000. We're getting moving $5,000 from the DA 51120401 to the account that has the $10,000 in the machinery, and we're taking $42,000 from the general fund and moving it to that account.
When are we gonna try to sell the old truck?
As soon as this gets the service.
Yeah, go ahead, get the radio off of this one, go in the new one and stuff, so.
And that money will go back into,
It'll go back into the highway department. Yep. Yep.
Because right now we have nothing if something breaks down.
Huh?
Right now we have nothing if something breaks down. Right.
No, yeah. This should be a good truck for us. It's got a 10-foot plow.
And plow on the pickup disintegrated Thursday night.
Well, I saw that. It disintegrated on that tree across my road.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. All I did was push just that tree, it's that bigger, I would hook onto the snowbank and left it.
Let's do this resolution first. I'll make a motion to move the money. Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Couple other things. The plow on the V-plow is broke, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's rather very hurt, where the, it comes to, kind of where it hooks to the plow itself, that whole point is rather very off.
the main pin,
Hmm?
the main pin right down the middle.
Yeah,
On your truck or the
on
dump
the
truck?
pickup.
I think rather than pushing stuff off the road, we need to have a chainsaw in one of the trucks. So our trucks, plows ain't made to push trees. And we're back to 5 days a week,
Certainly.
starting Monday. Okay, that was the biggest question for me. Anything else from the board?
Do we have a truck that has a plow on it for tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, you said that was broken, something else was broke, though. Right?
No,
Oh,
the Demon doesn't have the head plow on it yet,
That's the main,
because they left it off,
on the middle.
because he's gotta take his road test, so that's tomorrow.
oh, okay, that's,
And they can get back tomorrow, that's one of you put that on there, you can't grease the wood. You want purpose, the re-trip is checking over the wood.
So on the plow, it's not fixable?
It's shot, it's rotted right off. You'd have to buy a whole new frame to go from the truck to the blade itself.
I'm gonna take a look at it. It's down back in town barn, if anybody wants to take a look at it.
Yeah,
That V-plow's too heavy for that truck
it's too
anyway.
heavy for it,
I gotta call into
It's appreciated.
Charlie Stahl to see if we can put a straight 8-foot on that and leave the mounts on the truck. And see when you wait till January to purchase it for next year's budget. See if we can
and maybe they'll take that in for a trade. I haven't looked at it to see how bad it is.
I mean, if it's standard minute mount,
With the boss, okay.
or Boss, whatever brand, it doesn't really matter. I mean, any Boss plow,
Should hook
it's
her.
the same hookup. I see a lot of them used,
Right.
you know, for $3,500, you can slap it on there. I don't know, you know, I don't know what the, otherwise you're paying for the electrical stuff on top of that, but, just Nate, we can get a price from Nate's also.
Should plug right in, right?
Yeah, it's all, just sticks to the same.
Yeah, the wiring, everything should.
No,
be
we just
the
got
same.
done welding up the pinholes that Rob along with it, right?
Right, the framework, right?
But I mean, the mounts underneath it are all right,
That
right?
was the
Yeah, the
frame, that
bolts
was,
underneath are all right. The
that was-
bolts in the truck are good.
that was the frame on the plow, right?
Right,
The truck itself.
that we had done before, that was part of the bolts on the
That's
truck
where they got
itself.
loose.
Yeah, that's a plate, the hooks that look along the
For the
truck.
frame mount.
Yeah,
But you don't wanna put a new plow on it before January?
No, yeah, well, we got two dump trucks with plows and we got the new truck coming with a plow. We got the 550 with a plow right now. That's just Al's, the pickup.
yeah,
So we still have 3 plows.
yeah.
Anything else from the board? Frankie, I'll let you ask one more question if you want before we close the meeting.
Yeah, well, that, I stated that in the beginning, I would like to make a comment when you guys were done. The statement I don't understand is the lease part. What are we leasing, the contract or are we leasing the truck? You mentioned leasing there.
We're leasing the truck, just like you buying a backhoe and going out and getting a lease for it.
So you're leasing the whole vehicle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, well, it didn't sound that way.
Well, that's what a lease is, you don't lease.
Well, no, there's a lot of different leases though. I want to know what you're signing, that's all.
Motion to adjourn,
how many,
Make a motion.
second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
how many years is the payment?
Aye.
What?
How many years is the payment on that?
4.